So it is July 2nd, and just a bit of an update. So peas, I did a very big harvest on them. There's a couple of blooms still left, so they might get a couple more peas out here, but I'm pretty much done with the peas for this year. Peppers are coming along. You can see the ones on this end are dark, and then they get very yellow towards the center. I think there was some contamination in the compost that I used from the local garden center, but there's some beans developing on there. So they should be the black turtle beans, if I remember correctly. Peppers are getting nicely big. I'm starting to see a couple of flowers starting on there, so get some jalapenos going and lots of flowers showing up on there, so that's a good start. Sweet peppers getting nice and big. They're starting to put out buds as well for flowers, and the cucumbers are going a little insane, but they're fairly well managed. A couple of big ones in the back there have already started to develop. Lettuce is doing fine, staying nice and sweet down there in the shade, and the icicle radishes are pretty much all done and all pulled at this point. So they're done. Tomatoes are climbing the wire, starting to get a few blooms on there. There's two different varieties, so the ones on this side are a bit skinnier and less bushy than the ones on this side. Beetroot and chard, I've been pulling these, getting some fairly decent sized beetroots coming out now. Probably be another 2 weeks and I'll be tired of those and I'll have to put something else in there. All of the cilantro has been pulled at this point. It's kind of gone out of control, and this messy bed is still messy with leaks. And we have the bush beans. Been picking these fairly regularly, so there's probably about 5 pounds of beans pulled so far. Dill, and of course my stray tomatoes, and there are still some lettuce buried down in there as well in the shade, so still pretty nice and fresh. Potato patch, the flowers have almost all stopped, so I should be able to start pulling some potatoes out shortly. Oh, some of my flowers are starting to come up. That's nice. Seems I have you son of a gun. I have a rodent living in here. That is one of my potatoes that's chewed up. So he's going to meet an untimely demise shortly. Bugger. Also been doing a number on the strawberries. Haven't really gotten any strawberries out of here because wow, he's really excavating some holes in there. What a little prick. Alright, let's come back to over here. So, pole beans are big. They've gotten as tall as they can go now, so I have to figure out a way to keep snaking them along, but they have lots of blooms going, so I should be able to get some good beans. All of the beans down here got knocked over by a strong wind, so I had to stake them all, but they're still doing fine. They're doing better than I expected them to. I was a bit disappointed. And red cabbages and kohlrabi, not too much progress. These cabbages are about ready to pull at this point, and the peas that I did have here have been pulled, and I have kohlrabi in there. Quite a bit of caterpillar damage on there. I managed to find them, but and I put them on the bird feeder, so kept some of the birds happy at least. Roma tomatoes are starting to bush up nicely. Any flowers yet? Don't know. Oh, there's a couple of flowers there, so I'll start getting some tomatoes here after a while. And then I have the lettuce, the rest of the beets, and carrots are starting to get a little crowded in there. I'll have to start thinning them out. And a solitary onion flower, just cause they look funny. I thought that would be fun. And then I have the mess down in the back. So I'm experimenting with a new irrigation system, which based on how wilted the peppers are, it's not sufficient. So I'll have to keep the drip going for longer than what I have now. But variety of peppers. Sunflowers are starting to get kind of woody down near the bottom, so the rodents have stopped trimming on them or chewing on them. Pickling cucumbers coming along. Grapes are recovering. Lots of things are just slowly turning green and growing. So that's good. Even this grape that I thought was completely dead has thrown out a couple of leaves. Hopefully it's not just a last gasp, but might get some life out of it yet. So probably 50 something pepper plants in here. I didn't expect most of them to grow, but they seem to be doing okay, so I won't complain. The little stakes that I have are color coded to tell what type of pepper they are, so whether they're hot pepper, green pepper, or some kind of sweet pepper, because I won't remember the varieties, and I'm probably not going to be the one picking them. And then there's the bird feeder. Around the side is the raspberries, and these are looking fantastic and tasting fantastic too. So probably have raspberries for another couple of weeks, but they are fairly plentiful right now. My daughter's been doing a number on them. So, and that's it.